Ugh.
It's magically delicious.
That's fucked up, man. I love it.
Well, I mean, it had to be said, so.
Peachy assholes are us. Yeah.
Peachy assholes are us.
Oh, man. And what is happening, everybody? I hope everyone is having a good, whatever day this is posted and uploaded. I am here once again with a friend of mine who I like to podcast with quite often. And we're here not to talk about whatever we usually talk about. We're here to talk about some good old comic stuff. It's time to tolerate comics. And I'm here with
Comics.
Justin. How you doing, Justin?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Here, speak in the mic.
Oh.
say hi to the people
Hello,
out there.
everybody. Hello, world.
Yeah, man. Like, you know something, Justin? When it comes to the comic world, I'm getting a little annoyed about something.
Should I guess it or?
Oh, you know what? I'd actually like to hear some guesses before I get into it. But go ahead.
Continuity wise, or?
And no, that's not it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to know what it is?
Sure. Why not?
Well, rumors for things coming up are being shared as if they're actual news. Bullshit is being reported as if it were real. You know, I know you've seen those Secret Wars.
I have.
You know, those quote unquote leaks and shit.
I have.
Like, for example, I think probably the biggest one is this tweet that keeps on going around that Robert Downey Jr. himself has confirmed that he's coming back for Secret Wars as Iron Man. And I'm like, where's the quote?
Yeah.
Where's the quote?
I took that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I mean, when you see those, because you see, we've all seen, I think, some pretty ridiculous ones. For example, Henry Cavill's Superman will return in Avengers Secret Wars. What do you think when you see that? Do you get a little annoyed? Do you think this is just part of...
I just call it bullshit.
You just call it bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about the things that you want to be true? Like, would you want that Robert Downey Jr., you know, rumor or bullshit to be true?
Quite honestly, I do want it to be true, but I don't want it to be... I'd rather just be surprised rather than just out of the blue, just hear it that it's confirmed that he is coming back, because you know how Marvel is, like how they're like very secretive.
Yeah.
And we've all seen that with Spider-Man No Way Home, how they kept that whole shit.
Well, I mean, they tried. People kept on leaking everything.
They tried.
You know, do you think that'll happen with Secret Wars? Like that type of thing where things are just going to, like official things are going to keep leaking out ahead of the movie?
I feel like that's regardless gonna fucking happen, because
it's inevitable.
Because to tell you the truth, my friend,
there
is something that we all hate. They're called leakers.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, leakers, they just like to leak shit.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, we'll never fucking know, but it gets fucking annoying to the point where, like, you're on the internet, you're just scrolling through, just minding your own business and shit, not actively looking for it, and then you come across it, and then you just read the tagline, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to read about this shit, but a leaker decided to fucking post it anyway.
Who are you people? What the fuck? Yeah, well, with this one specifically, like, I've heard all sorts of rumors, quote unquote, of what's going to happen in Avengers Secret Wars. Mm-hmm. For example, I just mentioned Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Iron Man, Chris Evans coming back as Captain America, Scarlett Johansson coming back as Black Widow, the Spider-Men being reunited, Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, and everything. And obviously that movie's going to deal a lot with the multiverse and everything.
Oh yeah.
So how much of, like, what comes out, like what you see on your feed or whatever, or Twitter, wherever you see it, how much do you think are like genuine leaks versus how much you think is bullshit?
quite honestly, my friend, I feel like a lot of it is bullshit. Like maybe like a reasonable percentage would be like 82% of it.
82%.
Yeah, 82% of it is bullshit. Because like, how can I put it? When you come across some of that shit, like you go to like what you may call it, reliable sources to confirm that if that's true and shit, and then if they confirm it's true, then okay, cool, whatever. But for most of the other stuff, like when that shit's not confirmed, you're just like, okay, well then it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Some asshole just decided to fucking get everyone wet or just ruin people's dreams.
Well, I like it when they are. Excuse me. I like it when the tweets I've seen or the screenshots of tweets I've seen are kind of ridiculous. Like for example, Michael Scott will return in Avengers Secret Wars, or Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation will show up. Sonic will show up in Avengers Secret Wars. I like that. I think that and that would be cool if Michael Scott came back in Avengers Secret Wars. It's the multiverse. Anything can happen, right?
Michael Scott. Who the fuck was
Oh
that?
my god. The Office. Steve Carell.
Oh, wait. Oh, but forgive me. It's been a while since I've watched The Office. But like, why the fuck? Okay, now you're confusing the shit out of me.
No, there was a screenshot I saw. Someone was on Twitter reporting saying Michael Scott will return in Avengers Secret Wars along with Henry Cavill as Superman.
I don't know. That's obviously bullshit.
It's the multiverse.
True, but I don't think they're gonna get that crazy unless they get the rights to The Office. Then go ahead, do as you please. But
Prison Mike will show up in Avengers Secret Wars.
Can I just ask you something, my friend? Like Secret Wars, like we've read the comics, okay? Like the first comic, and then there was the Secret Wars 2, and then Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars. I wanted to ask you, my friend, which Secret Wars do you think this is gonna like follow?
I think it'll probably be like a blend of both the original and what Hickman did. I think it's probably gonna be more based on the Hickman stuff because that had to do with the multiverse, whereas the original Secret Wars was more of like just a big crossover. I think it was like the first big crossover Marvel did with those characters. And it wasn't about the multiverse. It was just the Beyonder being a dick. Saying, I'm going to take these guys and have them fight for me and everything. So I think it'll be a mixer.
To be honest, my friend, like Secret Wars, like it's a pretty big damn thing. And I'm surprised that they're even like, like doing it, to be honest. And so, now that we're on the topic of Secret Wars, I'm sorry. Yeah. I was gonna tell you, my friend. Like, I feel like I already know how Secret Wars is going to play out.
Really?
Yes.
I'm curious.
I'm sorry. Like,
no, please do. I want to hear it.
But there's this show recently that that had their season 3, and the show's already finished. It's completed. But
what is it?
His Dark Materials.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've like
who's in it.
Like heard of it. It was a book called The Golden Compass.
I know The Golden Compass.
Yeah. Well, it takes from the story from that, and X-23's in there.
Okay.
Including what's his name? The guy from Split.
James McAvoy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. He plays the father in that one.
Yeah.
In this season 3, what's happening is the guy that we think is the antagonist is, I guess you could say, in some sort of way, just a guy that's trying to get fucking business done, which is what James
McAvoy.
Yeah, McAvoy. There you go. James McAvoy's character is. Character is based off of, and the way how they did his character in this season, it fucking great. It really shows that this guy is really willing to do whatever the fuck he can to stop whatever the fuck he's trying to revolt against. Okay, and he builds this massive fucking army from people all across the multiverse. Like he brings in like soldiers, and then he starts to get a bit crazy with it. He starts bringing in fucking pixies, wizards, witches, and shit. Like
shit.
all these fucking interdimensional beings and shit. And I'm still wondering, what the fuck is this guy trying to like fight?
Wait, what is it? Where is this show?
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
And on Hulu too.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Like I'm wondering, like, okay, so there's angels, there's witches, pixies, and soldiers from other dimensions and shit. The fuck are they going up against? And then I find out that apparently he's trying to go up against this multiverse's version of God.
Oh.
Yeah, like literally uniting all these different fucking beings from all across the universe, multiverses and shit, to fight God. Okay, that's literally what the fuck he's doing. And I watched that. I enjoyed the whole show and shit like that. And then I started thinking, damn, that got me thinking. What if that's what Kang is actually doing?
He's doing. Is he gathering?
Yeah. What if Kang, like, yeah, he got stuck in the quantum realm for a little bit. Scott helps him out, but then Kang tricks him into like, hey, so now that I'm in your universe, I'm gonna take this for advantage and shit. And then we end up finding out that this Kang is actually like the last Kang, because all the other versions of Kang in the multiverse have unfortunately been killed off by the Beyonder. Okay, and the Beyonder is the last Kang's ultimate goal. Okay, the Kang that we know is the last fucking Kang, and he is trying to unite the multiverse against this fucking Beyonder. Okay,
I've heard that that's an interesting theory. I've heard that this. What if they do the Beyonder? I've heard the rumor that it will be a variant of Kang. I don't know what they're planning on doing with Kang. I don't know if the Kang we get in this Ant-Man film is even going to be the same one.
No, yeah. They're saying that.
Oh, they're saying it's the same one in Kang Dynasty?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing too, because they're giving hints that like there's gonna be multiple variants of fucking Kang.
Right. Well, because the from Loki, the He Who Remains, he was the last one. Like, he was the one who was left, and then when he died, everyone else, like all the other variants, started coming in. Right. So, man, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if they kind of like took inspiration from that show. Or like maybe like just already had that inspiration.
Yeah.
And maybe it was just a coincidence that, they did it first. That would be pretty damn interesting, because then it goes to show you that like Kang, in a way, he's kind of like Thanos. He's not doing these evil acts just like at random trying to be evil and shit. He's doing it for a fucking purpose. Like trying to conquer, the current 616 cinematic universe.
Yeah.
He's actually doing it for a purpose, and which would be further explained in Secret Wars. Like, look, I brought you all here because I need your fucking help. Okay, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to save everyone, because there's this fucker who keeps fucking with me, and he keeps annihilating every fucking universe, causing incursions and shit. I'm trying to prevent that.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. Like this version of Kang is trying to bring back the single timeline, right? And by doing, and the Beyonder keeps on splitting it up.
Yeah,
that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, I feel like that might be like a pretty cool, interesting idea. Like they could make like the Beyonder like some kind of like god complex like being and shit, which goes further in depth into the Secret Wars movie. That like he's outside, that he came outside of the multiverse. Like he's just a being that came from outside of the multiverse. Yeah, and he just decides to play God.
There's something interesting to think about now that, ever since the finale of Loki, where you see the branches splitting and everything, and the multiverse is being created, and the variant timelines are happening.
Oh yeah.
And obviously that incorporates Marvel before the MCU, like all those films are now canon pretty much,
yeah.
in one way or another. And that's an interesting thing to think about, of like they all those movies before the MCU exist because of the MCU.
Yeah.
And that's smart of Marvel to do that.
That is smart if you ask me, because like now, like we got already confirmation that because of Marvel, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man exists
goddamn right
in this multiverse because of Marvel. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and the X-Men exist in this multiverse.
It's like Marvel's like, yeah, those movies you loved before are movies. There are movies now.
Yeah.
You love them because of us.
Damn, I don't know if they're gonna pull.
That's some Kang shit, right?
I don't know if they're gonna pull that shit off. Like bringing in okay, it's kind of already being like hinted at that they're gonna obviously bring back Toby and Andrew, but
for sure, yeah,
and of course the X-Men.
Hugh Jackman.
But I wonder if they're gonna get like even crazier, like bring back Edward Bana, fucking.
Eric Bana.
Sorry, Eric. Why did I say Edward?
Yeah, because you're thinking of Edward Norton.
Sorry,
who I doubt will come back.
No, I don't think he'll come back. But Eric Bana, like I hope he comes back.
Nicolas Cage.
There you go, Nick Cage, or Wesley Snipes' Blade. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Fuck, what other Marvel movies?
Oh, dude, there's so many. The Fantastic Four.
There you go.
Shit, there are too many. Daredevil,
yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Oh my. I don't know if he's up for that.
Dude, I saw one of these posts on my feed today of like, it's like a Twitter post. It's just a picture of Ben Affleck, and it says Ben Affleck is confirmed to come back for Avengers: Secret Wars, and there's like no joke to it or anything. It's just like. Like what? What do you mean? Where's your source?
Yeah, see.
Where's the source, bro? Come on. It's crazy. They might as well bring in Henry Cavill as Superman up in that shit.
Then
no one's doing anything with him.
Then if you do that, then it would turn into Secret Crisis. So.
Oh my god. Do you think the Secret Crisis will happen?
To be honest with you, my friend, I highly doubt it, because DC, I feel like, just really needs to work on their...
Yeah.
Which I'm glad they have James Gunn now, because I feel like he could really, like...
Yeah, he can rein them in.
Yeah, rein them in and really tell Warner Bros., hey, fuck you, we're doing this. It's finally...
Yeah.
Like, finally, fuck. Like, we have someone that could tell Warner Bros., fuck you. Like...
The spokesperson.
And he looks like that type of person that would say fuck you.
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised if he has told Kevin Feige fuck you. Like,
why'd he do that?
Fuck you. This is how I'm doing Guardians.
Oh shit. Well, hey man, what do you want to see? Because he's doing the Superman movie. What do you want to see in that?
In Superman?
In James Gunn's Superman film.
Superman done right.
But knowing that it's going to be the beginning of a new universe, like, what do you want to see up in there?
We all know the story of Superman, crash landed on Earth, grew up in Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was it Kansas?
Yeah, it was Kansas. Okay. Did a lot of meth in Kansas.
Moved to Metropolis, became a superhero. I would like it if they took the Batman approach,
like he's been in the city for a little bit.
He's been a hero for a cool minute. Mm-hmm. This is him like 3 years into it. Like, people love him. People hate on him and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to see a Superman that's already more experienced, like a cool, loving guy.
Yeah.
Just.
Chill.
Yeah, just chill, like the Superman that we all know and love.
Yeah, I have a feeling when it comes to these adaptations of the characters, it really is probably going to be the representation of how we grown up to know these characters. He said that he was basing a lot of it off of the animated stuff, the Bruce Timm stuff. But I feel like we're gonna see probably a Superman with the red underwear, but like a modern version of that. Batman probably in this world will have the yellow emblem, the yellow circle and everything, and they're probably, what I hope, and I've said this before, and I wonder if you agree. Before James Gunn gets into any of the weird stuff of DC, I really want him to get the main core of what that world is, right? Yeah. Because without that, you have the DCEU, not the DCU, the DCEU.
Well, here's something I wanted to ask you, my friend.
Yeah.
When eventually we do get this Superman reboot.
Yeah.
Because after when the Batman came out and it was pretty damn good success, I would say so myself.
Yeah.
Would you want that Superman to be in the same universe as that, or
as what? As the Batman?
Yeah, as
with
Batman?
the Pattinson one.
Yeah, or would you just want to keep that completely separate?
I mean, I would have been fine if they did that with the Batman. Connecting him to the larger world. That's kind of what I thought they were going to do. I think it's been confirmed since that they're not doing that the Batman is going to be its own world, which is a little disappointing, to be honest, because I want to see like that Batman. I don't think it's a stretch for that Batman to get in a world like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Especially with like the villains they're gonna bring in, or the villains everyone wants to see are very comic booky. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like Mr. Freeze is a very comic booky character, unless they figure out a way to make it, more realistic. But it's funny. It's funny you bring that up, because we watched for your birthday. We watched the Batman.
Yeah.
Here we watched it here, and I like it. I like it a lot. And I know you. Too. I know you really like it also. But it's not my favorite version of Batman.
Oh yeah.
I like it, but it's not my favorite version. I wish there was more. It wasn't as kind of repetitive thematically of the whole realistic thing, because Nolan did that. Like, I'd like to see this get a little crazy. I want to see Robin. Like, I want to see a fucking Robin.
I kind of hope maybe they would maybe reconsider maybe having this Batman be a part of the greater DC universe, because I'm not gonna lie to you, sure, it got crazy sometimes in the movie and shit like that, but I feel like this character or this version of Batman could get even crazier
in terms of the comic booky stuff, like the fantastical nature to it.
But especially the villains that we that I'm not gonna lie, we're kind of anticipating to see in these in the future. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I kind of want to see I'm done with the whole realistic villains and shit like that. Okay, we've seen Joker.
Yes, we have.
We love him, but it's time to
let's see something else, man. Let's see. I want to see Mr. Freeze. I want to see
Freeze,
Clayface,
Killer Croc, Poison Ivy.
Come on now. They know what we want to see. I want
to see Batman face the fucking mutant gang, bro. Come on, man.
I want to see him with a Robin.
Oh, Robin too.
I want to see a Robin, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Come on. And I feel like and here's the reason why I was so down, even when we got out of the theater to see that film, right? Mm-hmm. By the end of that film, I was really excited by the prospect of this Batman joining with, say a Justice League, let's say, right? Or entering that world, right? And the reason I was really excited by that idea was because of what Batman said by the end of it, where he was like, I have to become a symbol of hope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's already going in that lighter direction. I'm sure it's going to get dark with the next film or whatever, but, I felt like the Batman was a great opportunity for them to, with what they did with the first Iron Man,
Yeah.
First Iron Man's pretty realistic considering where they are now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like Pattinson's Batman could be like the Iron Man to like
Yeah.
a new universe, like
Yeah.
or I don't know, maybe it is because like DC.
Yeah, hopefully, like what you said, they might reconsider. I don't know if that's likely. I just know that it's probably not a good idea to have like 6 different fucking Batman, out there and everything. Because
I'm not gonna lie, like DC right now, like
Yeah.
they're, I don't know, like their animated universe, they're fucking, it's all over the fucking place.
it really is all over the place. Like the Batman we see in James Gunn's new universe, what about it is going to be different and unique from what we're getting with Reeves?
Yeah,
what is the need for another Batman? Why not just merge? Yeah. Because I feel like with the Batman, I mean, even the title, right? The title suggests this is the definitive Batman that we're gonna like. He says, "I'm vengeance." You know what I mean? Like that's animated series shit. So why separate?
I personally feel like this would be pretty damn cool for. Oh no, that was me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, is Batman coming?
I feel like this, like that movie, The Batman. I feel like that would have been like especially towards the end, like when he's pulling people out of the rubble and shit.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I feel like that would have been pretty damn cool if like people all over the world they saw that shit.
Yeah,
and like Batman, he himself inspired all these other different heroes to just start showing up, like like fucking Superman, like instead of Superman being like, a silent hero, he's now a more open, more honest hero.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, like, being a bit more, comfortable, showing out and shit like that. Aquaman coming out of the oceans and shit.
The Flash.
There you go, Flash or Green Lantern showing up every once in a while.
Yeah. But I mean, because the thing is, right, like the great thing about the Superman-Batman relationship is the contrast.
Oh yeah,
of like Superman being really bright, Batman being really dark. This Batman is pretty dark.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
That's what I want to. It's perfect. Like whoever the hell they choose for Superman, like I feel like they should do that. Like show the difference between both this Superman and this Batman, because this Batman is fucking dark.
It's really dark. There's a little bit of hope by the end,
of course.
So that's cool and everything. But
a hopeful Batman.
Exactly. Unless I want to kill myself, Batman. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like when they do the Batman movie for this new universe, and it's not this one. Is it going to be even darker? Is it going to be less dark? How are they going to approach it? Where the contrast between whoever the Batman is for the DCU, I don't think it's going to be as potent as it could be with Pattinson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I get you.
Like it's already really strong. The idea of like this Batman meeting any other hero because this Batman is insane. It's like with Daredevil, you know what I mean? Like you can picture Daredevil because I've been rewatching the Netflix stuff. Like it's cool to think that exists in the same universe as the Avengers,
And it took the fans like a lot of the fans to even convince Marvel of even doing this shit.
Yeah, and it's better for it.
And if Marvel can do it, I'm pretty sure like DC could possibly do it. Okay.
Yeah.
And like, come on, dude, it's Matt fucking Reeves. Okay, I'm pretty sure he could think of something.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Or just talk to fucking James Gunn about it because,
for real,
like,
man.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it would be really nice if we got to see this Batman, like Robert Pattinson's Batman, really interact with other DC superheroes, or really like being one of the leaders in the Justice League, because that's the thing about
fucking awesome. Are you kidding
That's the
me?
thing about the Justice League. With the Justice League, there is no definitive leader. It's more just
I think Superman is like the closest thing to
a definitive leader.
Yeah. I know in the New 52 they tried to make Batman more of that, but Batman's kind of insane,
Yeah. Although I'm not gonna lie to you, like from what I've read like it's more so like everyone just like cooperating,
right?
And just like
that's true.
Yeah. Like there isn't really like much of a definitive like leader and
it's like a group effort.
Yeah, there you go, a group effort. Yeah,
that's true.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I dig, because like if you have a leader, like sometimes you could rely on the leader a little bit too much.
That's yeah.
Except if it's Captain America, then you could fucking
you follow Captain America.
Yeah, you follow Captain America.
You
follow him to war. Okay?
No, you don't do shit against Captain America.
Okay, like if he gives you a fucking order, he gives you an order. Okay, like there's no escaping that.
God damn it.
But yeah, man, like I hope there's some hope for this universe in DC, I guess.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. I hope that they realize it's probably better to bring in Pattinson than not to bring him in,
and do a better Superman for once.
Oh yeah, well I'm more confident now that this Superman will.
I mean, it's
be
being
better.
I mean, isn't it being written by James Gunn?
Yeah, James Gunn himself.
Oh,
is
then
writing it.
we're good.
We're good.
We're in good hands. Like, look, if he could fucking. Here, if he can make the Guardians of the Galaxy the most like popular fucking Marvel team ever, he could make Superman like he could probably just do like a fucking huge ass comeback of Superman.
Yeah, he'll bring. I have faith that James Gunn can, and most likely will bring Superman back to that level that he's been missing for a good long time. I mean, come on.
Like, this is fucking Superman, dude, okay? Like, this guy is the... Superman is the Kickstarter to superheroes, okay? Or, I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, he's definitely the gold standard. You know what I mean? Like, there were plenty of magazines and, pop cult heroes back in the 30s and everything. Like the Shadow and all that type of stuff. But Superman was the one that changed the game.
Of course.
For sure. He was the one. And he needs that respect back, man.
Yeah, man.
He needs that respect. He's Superman.
Of course.
You're exactly right.
He's fucking Superman, okay? He is Superman.
And if they're bringing Momoa back, he needs to come back as Lobo. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, he looks more like Lobo than
Aquaman.
Don't get me wrong, I like his version of Aquaman, but like, I don't know. I don't think
you'd want Lobo over that.
Yeah, I think I would want Lobo over that.
yeah, I mean, I think most of us would want Lobo, Momoa as Lobo, than Aquaman 3. You know what I mean? With Momoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you got to do that shit. Come on.
I mean, I don't know. It is actually pretty, like, funny to see.
Here, move this plant, man. I can't see you.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
It's my fucking plant, okay?
You're fondling Groot right now. All right, dude. Let's talk about some comic books.
Sure.
So I'm curious, man. What have you been reading?
Hellboy.
You've been reading a lot.
Yeah. I'm finally into the whole ape sapien part of it, at least.
Of Hellboy.
Yeah.
Of the Hellboy Chronicles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Only messed up thing is that I don't have the other 2 books.
How many? What is it? Is it a volume? Is it a compendium?
An omnibus.
An omnibus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And how many are there?
So there's 2 books. Ape Sapien, The Dark and Terrible, Book 1 and Book 2, mm-hmm. and then there's Ape Sapien, The Drowning and Other Stories.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I think just one single book. But here's the kicker, and because what I have currently right now is the Dark and Terrible Volume 1. The Drowning and Other Stories and Dark and Terrible Volume 2 are super rare to come across. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, they're rare. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? I was doing some digging, like, trying to figure out why, and apparently they stopped printing out books and books of them and shit.
Oh, really? Dark Horse did?
Yeah, Dark Horse did. Well, and I just found out recently that they're starting to reprint them again because apparently it's getting popular now.
You got to grab one.
Yeah,
before it's too late.
I already put in my pre-orders.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna lie, like, fuck, like it took me a while to.
I know.
try and
you gotta see this, man. This Hellboy. It's a shelf.
Yeah, it's a
of
shelf.
Hellboy.
It's a shelf
Of Hellboy content.
It's not just books. It's fucking pins, buttons, fucking magnets, and there's a little fucking pin comic right there.
Yeah, but that's not it, man. There's Hellboy to the left of me. There's Hellboy to the right of me. You got the figure here.
There's a
Christmas ornament of Hellboy and the
Krampus from the Hellboy comic, and there's even fucking evidence from Hellboy. Yes, that is an evidence box.
Oh, what the hell?
Actually, that comes in a series. There's 2 more I need to get.
Wait, with this figure here, can I grab it?
Sure, go ahead.
I'll be careful because you know how I am with figures.
I was.
Careful. Okay. Wait, what? So this is a figure. What line is it? Oh shit.
Oh, don't worry, it's poppable, so you can just.
Okay.
Pop
What toy line is it? Do you know?
I keep forgetting some Japanese line.
But it is a comic accurate Hellboy.
Oh, it's a very comic accurate Hellboy.
It's a beautiful figure, man.
Look, just to tell you the truth, I have Ron Perlman Hellboy right there.
Yeah.
But this one I like more because it's the comic book definitive. Okay, like
it's beautiful.
I mean, just look at it. You have the hooves.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the foot.
I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He does have the hooves. Look at that.
And I'm not gonna lie to you.
And the tail and the gun.
I'm actually kind of hoping, like maybe this upcoming Halloween or like, I guess Comic-Con, I could possibly do a Hellboy,
like a costume or a cosplay.
Cosplay, yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah. I know you're talking about that this past Halloween.
Yeah, and like I feel like it's gonna be challenging because I want to stay faithful to the comic, but I can't find any damn shoes that look like hooves.
You should, you know Adam Savage from Mythbusters?
Yeah.
You know he has a YouTube channel where he does like craftsman stuff, and he makes cosplay stuff, like screen accurate cosplay of like weapons and costumes and everything. And he did a comic accurate Hellboy suit. Because he goes to the conventions, you know, and he walks around and he has a camera crew and everything. He did a comic accurate Hellboy costume.
That's right.
So I would watch that, and
recommend that.
Yeah, recommend that, and you'll figure out how to do it.
Yeah,
you'll figure it out. Here, let me put him back because it's beautiful.
I had that one first before all of them, and then I eventually found out that apparently there's. By the same brand, an ape sapien fucking statue.
Yeah, there he is.
And then
is there a Lobster Johnson?
And I actually no, there isn't a Lobster Johnson, which I'm not gonna lie, a little bit upset about, but it's okay. Actually, the ape sapien is the same place where I got the Ron Perlman Hellboy.
You get it at a convention?
Yeah, the whatchamacallit?
The one at the Pasadena Convention Center.
No.
Which one?
It's a comic book convention thing that happens. It's kind of like a Comic-Con, but like a smaller version.
Well, what is it? What is it?
It's something Sons.
Oh, Frankenstein.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Frankenstein. Yeah, that's a great
place.
Shit. Now I have to go.
I'm not gonna lie. I also got pissed too because there was a comic there.
Yeah.
That a guy had told me about. Because I told him I was looking for issue 1 of Hellboy: Seed of Destruction, and he told me, "Oh, I don't have that, bro." And then he's like, I told him, "It's okay," but he told me, "But I do have something better." I'm like, "What could be better?" And he pulled something out, which was in this comic blue glass covered thing. Basically, it's like one of the very first few copies. Like if it's
first edition?
Yeah, damn it! I keep fucking forgetting.
Oh, was it graded?
There you go.
It was graded.
Yeah, it was graded. 9.4.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
of what book? Of Hellboy 1?
No, it was a Comic-Con book that came out, I think, early 90s. That the guy told me, and he says this book is actually one of the very first ever appearances of Hellboy. The whole story, a whole story of him, written by Mike Mignola himself, and this was the first appearance of him.
Oh, that's sick! And you didn't get it, did you?
It was $400.
Holy shit!
I couldn't get it at that time because
your boy
was broke as hell at that moment. But not just that. It's just like I was just like, fuck. I'm never gonna see that ever again. Like that's a once in a lifetime thing. But the guy told me that he's there every Wednesday, so I'm hoping like maybe I could bump into him again and ask him like, hey, do you still got that book? Like, yeah, I still got that book, bro. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take that off of you. Okay, $400, bitch. Okay, here you go. See you later, asshole.
Here you go, and then you dip your nuts into his mouth.
But yeah, man. Like. I'm a Hellboy freak. Okay, I admit.
I know. It's okay. It's good. Well, it's good because it's a unique book. It's one of the most popular independent books. See,
that's the thing. Like, as a kid growing up, like I was more lenient towards Marvel and DC and stuff like that because those are big, brands and stuff like that. But then slowly I got introduced to other like characters and stuff like that are outside of those two big.
Be careful with the wire.
Oh yeah,
just be careful.
Yeah. That are outside of those comic book industries or stuff like that, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like I got into Invincible, fucking Spawn, Hellboy, the TMNT, which I did not know had a comic book. I thought it was just a show, but no, it was a comic book before it was a show, which I'm actually way more hooked.
A dark ass comic,
of course, and this new comic that I've been reading so far, Radiant Red. Including the Invaders in comics. Yeah, man, like there are a lot of like interesting comics that are out there with interesting stories and stuff like that. And I feel like, maybe people that are like diehard fucking DC Marvel fans, like I feel like maybe they should just take a leap of faith and, see what else is out there and and maybe if there's something that piques your interest, then maybe try reading it maybe once in a while.
Well, speaking of that whole idea, right? There's another book over here that you were telling me about.
Yeah, Radiant Red.
Well, so what's that about?
Radiant Red, it's about this woman that got superpowers from a pretty damn fucking... I don't know. The story's pretty damn bizarre. All I know is that she has superpowers from a fucking sun that she absorbed, and she's just a fucking superhero. Shit. And she's just fighting crime and shit. Which I'm not gonna lie, like,
is it good?
It's pretty good. Here's the thing. It didn't get me like extremely hooked after like the first book, but it got me like wanting like I kind of want to see where this goes.
Oh, okay.
And it's a part of a series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep reading it?
So there's Radiant Red, and then there's Radiant Blue, and Violet, and stuff like that. Which I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna stick to
just red.
Yeah, to the red. Right. See where this goes.
Well, what's keeping you? Or is it just not interesting enough? Is the art kind of whack? Like what's going on? That's
with the other books.
Well, just what's making you stick to just red for now?
I want to see where this story goes, and and if it expands into like both the other books, then okay, I'll like get into the other stories and see what they're all about. But right now I'm just sticking to the red because Radiant Red. I don't know. Just, to me, the name itself just sounds badass.
Yeah, it is pretty good. It rolls off the tongue pretty well.
Of course.
Yeah. I got in the mood recently. Thanks to a friend of ours, shared friend of ours, actually. I got into a Batman mood. I was thinking about The Dark Knight Returns the other day. Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns.
The Dark Knight Returns.
Frank Miller. Which is one of the most, definitive Batman books. Redefinitive Batman books out there.
Frank Miller, I mean, the guy's a good comic book writer.
Out of his fucking mind also. And I love that book. I was in a Batman mood recently, I'm glad we talked a little bit about Batman, mainly because lately things have been kind of wild here in California,
Oh yeah,
so
I've seen the news.
Yeah, so we're not going to talk too much. We're not even really going to talk about it, but honestly, it feels good to see a story where the hero catches the mass murdering maniac. You know what I mean?
You're kidding me?
And Batman is that hero. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Batman is, and it's perfectly summed up in that crazy ass, dystopian epic. You know what I mean? Even though that's probably the most extreme case of Batman being almost like in some ways a little fascist, a little bit, just because he's like, I mean, Batman's always been insane, you know,
of course he is.
to do what he does, but in that book, it's really heightened his insanity. Yeah. And why this is probably not a good thing. I mean, there are obviously good results. Like there's, you brought up the mutant gang and everything. And in the book, it's set 10 years after Batman disappears. And these mutant gangs are all over Gotham and they're tearing shit up. It's anarchy. And Batman comes in and he rounds them up. And he's like, you're my army now. Like you're going to do it the way I do it. And you're not going to use guns. You're not going to kill people. You're going to use batarangs. You're going to help people and everything. And that book really does make me think about just vigilantism in general, whether it's right or not. You know, we don't really see it practiced much in the real world, obviously, but we just see craziness out there, you know?
I mean, well...
unless you're Phoenix Jones.
I'm not gonna lie, like... okay, when I remember in high school when we saw that shit, it was like...
What?
Phoenix Jones.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. When we saw that shit in high school, we were just like, "Oh, hey, this is,
it's happening! It's happening!
It's happening!" And then come to find out, like 7 or 6 years later, we find out that the guy that inspired a lot of people to be heroes, fucking selling dope. Like,
yeah,
like, are you fucking kidding me?
Selling dope, and was caught in a very similar way to the way they catch like people on with Chris Hansen, you know, and Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
It was like the same procedure of like just someone like using a fake number to text him to get some drugs from Phoenix Jones.
I'm not gonna lie, that entire like that entire thing, like I was just like, so did this guy watch Kick-Ass or did he just read the comic first?
He did. There's actually an interview of that. You know, the thing is, you're joking.
I want to know which one came first.
I'm sorry. You're joking. You're joking, but here's the thing. There was an interview, and it's on YouTube, of Phoenix Jones. Someone got him to sit down for an interview, and it's one of the most intense interviews I've ever seen in my life. And they bring that up. They bring up the whole Kick-Ass thing, because that was around the same time when the movie came out. Yeah. That was around the same time this happened, where Phoenix Jones in Seattle went out in a costume and started pepper spraying people. You know, and got in trouble because he would like do it to innocent people who he thought were like causing trouble and shit.
Yeah.
And he was interviewed, and he's disturbed in that interview. Like, he's a disturbed individual. He's someone who's just talking about how, I think it was Kick-Ass. He was talking about how it's unrealistic and you can't be a kid going out there not knowing how to fight and expect to do anything and everything, which is why, like, as years went on, he started talking shit about the heroes, superheroes who would go out and not like fighters or anything, but like would give food to the homeless, you know, sandwiches to the homeless and stuff, and they do it in a costume. He talked shit about people like that.
Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's a whole documentary on YouTube you can watch about Phoenix Jones. And it's a really good one, but he was steadily losing his mind because he was wife, he had kids and everything, but they eventually left.
Oh, I believe it.
You know, but the wife was a superhero.
Wait, what?
The wife was his female companion, partner in crime, or I guess not totally crime, but you know, like the Dark Knight Returns said, we are criminals, Clark. We always have been. But yeah, no, Frank Miller and Alan Moore got it right. This is what they would be like in real life. They're disturbed people. Disturbed,
complex people.
Yeah. I mean,
it really does go to show you that, like, it really does beg you to ask the question, like, should there even be like a superhero out there? Like should there be like a vigilante guy out there just taking matters in his own hands, or should there be a flying guy just having superpowers and going nuts and shit?
No.
Like, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, we see what happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In real, like with Phoenix Jones, there came a point where he had to unmask himself after he assaulted innocent people, and he, unmasked himself to the press, and it was his name's Ben Fodor, who's an MMA guy.
MMA.
He would like compete in the octagon, whatever, and everything, and his brother, I think, was also an MMA fighter. And he kept on doing the Phoenix Jones thing. It's just everyone knew who he was, and he had to call the police before he did anything. You know what I mean? Before he even took people out. You know what I mean? And he pretty much, he had the body cam after a while. I've seen a lot of the videos of him walking, doing his quote-unquote patrols, where he just yells at drunk people. Oh hey, God. If he were here in L.A., he would have been yelling at us on Sunday night in front of the Goldfish. Especially you and Brian, because you and Brian, like, little sidebar, you and Brian were high, but you were also arguing so goddamn loud in front of all these street vendors in public.
Of course.
What was that about, man? I thought it was going to be some Batman versus Superman shit.
Hey, look, it's just personal beef that, me and him, we have to, like, unravel and shit. So it's okay. Don't worry. It doesn't involve you.
It does involve me. You said this shit on my podcast.
You are fine.
I'm worried because you guys keep talking shit about each other. The shit you message each other. I can't, because you and I have a way of, messaging each other.
Oh yeah,
and it's obviously very contentious and all that.
It is
very violent, but it's funny with us. The shit you've been messaging Brian, like, I'm surprised.
Do you want to put it up on screen for people to see?
I'll just read it. I'll just read it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, look at this fucking screenshot you sent me.
Go ahead.
Insane nonsense. I can't believe. God damn it. All right, here we are. All right, so this was from, what day is it?
Today's the 24th.
Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday.
All right, so this was Monday morning.
That
I got this fucking message.
Yeah, I woke up to that. I'm not
gonna lie. Okay, so I'm sorry, Brian, to put your business out there, but because I thought we were cool now. After Sunday, we all saw each other. The league, as we're going to call it, the League of Goats, where everyone is in attendance. And I'm sorry, guys. I know this is We Tolerate Comics. It's not Ignore This Podcast, but bear with me, okay? This is some Batman v Superman shit right here, okay? On Sunday, Brian and Justin saw each other. Brian is, listen to podcasts, you'll know him. And they were talking to each other because they heard what each other said about kicking each other's asses on the podcast. And Justin actually confronted him. And what happened was they smoked a little bit, and they seemed to get better along with each other, because they were high. And they're like hugging each other after a while, after the argument where they're screaming in the fucking street and everything. But then I get this screenshot, this message. Brian sent this to Justin the morning after. Okay, you ready?
Sure.
You ready? Because I'm worried now. Because
sure,
Brian said,
that's exactly how I remember it.
Here's the thing, and I don't know how. I know you're laughing right now, but this is some serious shit. I'm worried as a friend. Okay. Because what happens is Brian says this. Hey Justin, no, we were getting a little bit better along. I know his fucking grammar's all over the place. Getting a little bit better along last night, but I'm still pretty mad at you about what you said on the podcast. Please don't say it again, or I'm going to actually have to kick your fucking ass. And then Justin just responded with, whatever, bitch. which admittedly was funny. But what the fuck, man? What is this shit?
Look, okay. It's not
look, last comment, and then we'll get back to the comments.
Look,
the comics.
It's not my damn fault, okay? I have that damn scientist complex, okay?
I don't know what that means.
I create, destroy, and I repeat that shit on a constant fucking basis, okay? Shit to me goes by faster than I fucking perceive it, okay?
I'm surprised you guys didn't come to blows.
Which I'm surprised either, but I showed restraint. Him, on the other hand,
did he push you?
He's a fucking gorilla, okay? The motherfucker can't keep his hands to himself.
So he pushed you.
Of course he did.
Because I had to come out at a certain point.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't. I missed the pushing, but it seemed like you guys were in that stance and shit.
The pushing, the kicking, the almost ripping each other's fucking heads off.
All right, you're making a joke out of it, but as I'm a friend in the middle of this shit, and I have to see this and everything. It's fucked up, man.
Oh yeah, don't.
I don't like seeing this shit. I don't like seeing you boys fight. Made it all awkward after I had to get some more fucking drinks in me to deal with it, and you got high. Got really high.
I have no. A little tip, kids. Do not take a hit from someone that is offering, because you have no idea.
Stranger.
Because you have no idea what the hell they put in that weed.
All right. Well, okay. Let's move on. This isn't Ignore. This is We Tolerate Comics.
Yes.
We'll figure this out on a later date. Hopefully, you and Brian can, patch things up. But another book, okay? Let's move on from the violence. Move to something a little more zen. This will be the last book we talk about.
Yeah.
Before the really special topic.
Ooh.
Okay? I'm excited to talk to you about it, okay?
Sure.
All right, so I picked up this book today, actually, right before meeting you, Justin. And
which comic book store?
It was a bookstore in Pasadena called The Book Alley.
Oh, The Book Alley.
It's right near a Comic Factory.
Wait, what?
The Book Alley on Colorado, right over here.
Oh crap!
Yeah, it's right on the. It's
Wait,
on
they
the
sell
corner.
comics too?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But this isn't a comic.
Oh, it's not a comic.
This is a book. It's not
a book.
It's not superhero related or anything, but it is pop culture type of deal. So I think it counts, and it's pretty funny. And I know you're gonna love it. I saw it and I thought of you, and I just had to get it. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't get it for you now.
Oh, okay.
I got it for me.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to chill after this shit between you and Brian. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it is. I'm a Lebowski. You're a Lebowski. Life, The Big Lebowski, and What Have You by Bill Green, Ben Pesco, Will Russell, and Scott Shufit. I don't know how you pronounce that. And the foreword is by Jeff Bridges himself, the dude. I picked this up because it's a how-to guide on being a Lebowski. And I know you and I love this film.
Oh my god, this film takes us back, memories. If real quick, Julius was actually the first person that introduced me to The Big Lebowski, and after watching that, we have actually made it our mission to make that essentially our fucking lives, okay? Like every day there's a fucking Lebowski reference, okay? In some form or way, yeah.
You see what happens, Larry.
You see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass.
Now, see, here's the thing. Okay, aside from that, there are instructions to this book.
Wait,
it has
actual instructions?
Yeah, instructions for enjoying this book. I'm going to read them to you.
What?
Okay. Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So this is in the first couple pages of the
book.
book.
One of these better be a fucking White Russian.
You'll see. Don't worry. The instructions for enjoying this book. Please take a minute to read through these 7 simple steps to ensure that you get the most out of this book. Step 1. Watch The Big Lebowski at least 3 times. If for some reason you have not seen it yet, dog-ear this page and do so before proceeding to step 2. We'll be rating right here.
Well, that I don't need to worry about that. I've watched that movie I don't know how many times.
Good. Now that you have achieved in this modest task, which was your charge, proceed to step 2.
Okay, step 2.
Step 2. Are you employed, sir? If you are reading this on your coffee or lunch break at work, stop. You must leave work immediately. We don't know. Tell them you got an appointment that may take up the rest of your day. Whatever you tell them, be vague.
Well, I'm currently not working right now, so...
Step 3. Good job. The gastrointestinal line was a bit much, but it looks like they bought it. Now, you need some provisions. Before making your way home, stop and purchase these items from your local liquor store. 1. 750 millimeter bottle of Kahlua. 1 750 millimeter bottle of vodka. 1 half-gallon carton of half and half. Acceptable substitute non-dairy creamer.
Well, I mean, I have creamer and a crap ton of alcohol, so and vodka, so I think we're good.
Step 4. Now we're getting somewhere.
Ah, okay.
Once you've arrived home, you'll need to change into the most comfortable clothes at your disposal. They don't even have to be yours. You'd be surprised how comfy your special ladies or special fella's bathrobe can be. No laces, no zippers, no buttons. Everything must be of the slip-on, pullover, or drawstring fashion. You're being very undude, canines. Shut the fuck up!
Well, my robe is currently hanging in my restroom, but I am in my most comfy wear as I could be in, so yeah.
Step 5. Put on some relaxing music. Whale songs are a good start. Your favorite bowling tournament on tape will also suffice.
Here, let me bring that up right now.
Whatever you do, no fucking eagles, man!
Is that actually in the book?
Put on the whale noise.
I know.
Come on.
Oh.
You know what? I'll put him in post.
Yeah.
I'll put him in post.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't worry. Step 6. Fix yourself a Caucasian. See recipe on page 20 and grab your Thai stick if you're into that sort of thing. Step 7.
Eagles, man.
Step 7. Kick back in your bathtub, pour yourself some Mr. Bubble, light some candles, and enjoy.
Nice.
So those are the instructions to enjoying this book. You can already tell what kind of book this is. Here, why don't you take a look at it, Justin?
Sure. Why?
I'm going to tell a little quick story about the Big Lebowski involving yourself. Because the thing about Justin is like a sponge of information when it comes to things he likes. For years on years, Justin would quote Walter Sobchak.
Oh, yes.
During the scene of the drop-off. You remember this scene?
Oh, yeah. Wait. The drop-off.
Or the handoff.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Give us a little taste of Walter Sobchak.
Shit.
Here, I'll take that.
I'll
show you more after.
Can't do that, dude. Okay, that fucks up our plan.
I don't remember the script.
I don't know.
Just
I don't
just
remember
do the line that we all.
All right, man. All right, dude. Look, I need you to get that bag. There's a fucking gun in the bag. Uzi. Yeah, rack him and back him, dude.
Wait, come on, man. You know the line.
Fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling.
By the way, I randomly got to page 141, and there's a little piece here, so you know.
A stranger.
The stranger says, "Fucking dog has fucking papers." The two prominent animals in the film are mislabeled. The marmot is a ferret, and the Pomeranian is a terrier. You know Daniel?
Yeah.
You know Daniel's.
Of course I know Daniel.
He's an official dudist priest.
What?
Yeah, ask him. He is a legit priest, dudist priest.
Oh my God.
And it's easy to do. We could do it over the podcast on one of these podcasts. We could become ordained dudist priests. So we can manage. We can do weddings. Daniel can do a wedding.
Okay.
He can marry you with whoever you want to do that to, you know?
This is a lot to take in.
Yeah. Look, listen. Here's
I'm
what
a
it comes down to.
Lebowski, you're a Lebowski.
Isn't that wonderful?
Do what your parents did. Get a job, sir.
Oh my God. Hey, what are they?
What?
They're a bunch of fucking amateurs.
All right.
All right, let's move on to the special topic. Okay. I'll let you see this book once we're done.
Special topic.
Today, I had some free time.
And free time.
You know what I did with it?
What did you do with your free time?
I watched the first episode of The Last of Us.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Matter of fact, let me play that song real quick.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
You're going to get copyright strike. So, The Last of Us, HBO Max. I know the second episode came out, right? So
yeah,
got to catch up on that. But
I'm just glad that they're sticking with the source material. Like,
yeah,
I think this is the first series to actually do that.
mm-hmm.
And I like the fact that they're not afraid of, going on a limb and going the extra mile and like putting its little spins into it. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that as well. That's one of the first things I noticed, because that first game is it's iconic. Of
course it is.
Almost everything about it is memorable. When it comes to the story alone, and then you incorporate the gameplay. I love the game. Come on, it's a fantastic game. So we all knew, I think, going into this show, that it wouldn't be the same, because it's not a game, But what's important here that they focus on heavily is the story, and it seems to be following the beats pretty well, of what the game is. But it is, like you said, it's giving a little spin to it. It's changing a little bit of the motivation. You're still getting from A to B, but there are differences, with the character. Like, for example, with Joel and Tommy's relationship, like it's obviously they're still in some sort of connection at this point,
Yeah.
What's her name? Marlene?
Mm-hmm.
Is Marlene the Firefly?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but who's the woman that Joel?
Oh, Jess. Oh no, Tess.
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 Tess is her name. Yeah. She's a little more on the defense rather than the aggressor. Because you remember at the beginning of the game, she's like hunting that dude down for the guns that he sold off. You know what I mean? Here she's a bit more. There's more vulnerability and everything. So I like those little flips. And it was smart of them to have it like in the game pretty at the beginning. The first 30 minutes are from the daughter's perspective, pretty much.
Yeah.
Really good.
I was gonna ask you, did you know that the reason why they got this show up and running is because they actually brought in some of the people that actually worked on the game to come in.
I'm sure.
And work on this show.
It has the game spilt all over it. It's the game.
And I'm glad that they actually did that, because that legit makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I kind of hope that people that people in the future, when they want to do video game adaptations into live adaptations, I hope they take inspiration from this and actually bring in people that had actually worked on the game on the show, because that would be a game changer for any game into movie or show scenario.
Yeah, and the alternative is the game company making the film themselves.
Yeah.
For example, the Sonic films are made by Sega.
Yeah, see?
Yes, and that's why they're they're not great, but they're fun, Of
course they are.
And I would say that Detective Pikachu was great. I would say that.
I loved it.
And that was Nintendo.
Yeah, that was Nintendo.
Yeah. And now we got the Mario film coming out, and that looks pretty cool. I'm down with it.
I'm hoping.
I'm hoping also.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope. I can't actually hope, because I don't know. There are some adaptations that were heavily anticipated, but they were just
of what
trash. Well, a Halo. For instance.
Of the games and stuff. Well, Assassin's Creed.
That
was Mortal Kombat.
People shitted on that movie so bad.
Oh yeah,
especially Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. But yeah, with The Last of Us, this is a great first episode. It reminded me a lot of
Get ready for episode 2.
Oh, did you already watch it?
Oh yeah, get yourself some box of tissues.
Oh shit. Oh my god, I don't even want to. Okay, wait, don't say anything. But it reminded me a lot. Obviously, this comparison is going to be there, but it reminded me of the first season of The Walking Dead. And especially the first episode, because it was was a great first episode. I just hope this show doesn't go in the direction that The Walking Dead did, in terms of quality and writing.
I actually wanted to. Oh wait, you haven't watched episode 2 yet.
Oh shit.
It's because like you know how like in the first like couple minutes of episode 1 where like
with the news, or not the news, the talk show scene.
The talk shows like that. I feel like there's going to be more of a continuation of that, except it's going to be a different perspective of people from
like different times.
Yeah, different times on how they're handling like the virus and stuff like that. So episode 1 was the doctor back in like the 60s,
68, I think they said.
Yeah, 68, talking about that, the fungus and shit like that, explaining like if this were to happen, we'd lose and shit.
But also a very smart thing that they brought up was the global warming.
Oh yeah,
and
global warming.
Its effect of a fungal outbreak.
Yeah. Yeah, in episode 2 they did that, except it went into this perspective of in a different country with I think it's in Taiwan or something. I don't know, but like apparently they brought in a leading doctor, a leading professor to help them like explain and like maybe come up with a vaccine. And I'm not gonna spoil
don't
anything for you, but the answer that she says is so fucking horrifying.
Oh my
and
God.
The acting between her and this like military high professional, between these two, like the way like that whole scene is just set up and stuff like that, like the way how they're acting, the way how they sound and shit like that, the way how it just shows like how dire the situation has gotten. Like I feel like, in my opinion, like that scene alone, like those two are gonna get like awards. Like,
oh man,
like a lot of people are saying like they're gonna get awards.
Oh wow,
because like it was impactful, dude.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, there was something I was thinking about while watching the first episode that was kind of stark. Because it opens up with that scene of them on the talk show, and they're talking about the fungus. Okay, hold on. The fungus can't affect humans in the way that it does in The Last of Us because of the temperature of a human's body, right? Funguses can't survive in that. But if the planet gets warmer, the fungus evolves and everything. And this outbreak starts in 2003. Yeah. And we're in 20 years later, which is our year now. And I thought that was stark.
Oh yeah.
If it was warm enough then, 20 years ago, where are we now? You know what I mean? Like it's stress inducing. You know what I mean? And and that opening scene of the actor from a lot of stuff, from The Mummy and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think he was also in. That set the mood really well for the show.
Yeah, well,
captured it perfectly.
If that set the mood, then just wait for episode 2 between that professor and soldier, dude. Like that set the mood. I think it's on the. I dare say, like on the same level or even higher.
Wow.
Than that talk show like scene. Okay, because like it. I told you again, like it was very intense. Yeah. And it just showed you how dire things were about to fucking get. Okay,
oh my Lord!
Like this was like at the peak of like like when people were barely starting to like notice this. Okay, like like shit's getting real. Okay, like and if someone tells you something, if a professor were to tell you what the fuck she said in that show, dude, like you're gonna be horrified.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm gonna be worried when I hear it. In the show.
Dude, yeah. So like when you go home, watch that. You're just gonna be like, oh fuck, Justin was right.
I think I might just have a drink.
Yeah, take a drink. Might as well. And actually, something I wanted to point out about The Last of Us, I really liked how they took this new whole zombie twist. about the whole virus and how it started. Like, I liked how they differentiated it from other, the normal zombie fucking outbreak and shit, because they say in a lot of zombie movies and shows and shit like that, they say, oh, it's just a virus from some unknown origin and shit like that. They took that out and replaced the whole virus and shit like that with actually fungus, because
well, didn't they do that in the game?
They did that in the game too. Yeah. But what I like about the game is that they took this twist and they actually based it off of real life.
Sure. Yeah.
Because like fuck, dude. Like I thought ants were chilling, but no, ants are getting fucked, bro.
Well, you know what's funny about that was a while ago, late last year, I did a podcast with Miles and Crystal, and we were talking about the zombie apocalypse, and Miles brought that up about the whole fungus thing, and he brought up The Last of Us as a source and everything, and now here we are talking about it because the show's out and everything. So, it is based in reality, and it's wild. It's wild. And now let's get away from the panicky real life bullshit. Let's talk about the show itself. How crazy far off do you think they're gonna take liberties from the game with this first season? Do you think they're gonna try to keep it straight and narrow, or do you think they're gonna, because we all know if you played the game, you know where this is going.
Oh yeah.
So do you think there are gonna be any major differences as it goes on, and if so, what do you think the reaction is gonna be?
So from what I've seen and witnessed and heard, there was a DLC that came out for the first Last of Us game.
Yeah. Where you play Ellie.
Yeah, where you played Ellie, and it goes on her, shows off her backstory and stuff like that. They are actually going to implement that somehow in within the show. I don't know how they're gonna do that. I feel like it's gonna end up showing up in the middle of the show and stuff like that. Maybe explain and stuff like that. But either way, I feel like that's gonna be cool, because then that goes in depth with her character.
Yeah. But anything crazy like changing up the ending or anything, or just
a lot of people are actually because if there is going to be a season 2 of The Last of Us,
right?
A lot of people are actually wondering, because here's the thing: The Last of Us Part 2, it's very controversial.
It is, to say the least. It's a very controversial game.
Yeah, because there's some shit that happened in there, which I will not say, because if you want to play the game, go ahead, but you're going to be
you should play the game. Yeah, you should play the game.
I've played the game too, and don't get me wrong, I was pissed, but I still finished the game.
So did I. Yeah. I don't know if I was pissed, but I was more I think I was more disturbed by what happened.
Yeah, but also a bit disappointed, because I don't know. You're playing as a completely different character in some.
I mean, we can talk about that another podcast, because I don't want to spoil too much without prefacing it. But So season 2, you think they're going to try to do something different with that?
Differentiate it. I hope that they do, because I'm not gonna lie to you, the main character himself, he's a very interesting character. And quite honestly, I would like it if in season 2, he sticks around for a little bit longer, dude. Because I didn't like the way
what happened
in part 2,
right?
How that fucking happened. Okay, come on, really, the first couple minutes of the game. Fuck, man, really?
I don't know if it was the first couple minutes.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I can't remember.
I think you were deep in there.
Yeah.
Deep in there. Yeah, Pedro Pascal is perfect for Joel.
And that guy,
he's perfect for Joel.
That guy is great, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was having doubts, but then I watched the show. I'm just like, okay, this guy's a fucking badass.
Yeah, he's very different from what the other actor, Troy Baker. Is that his name?
Yeah, Troy Baker.
Yeah, what he's very different from what Baker did in the game, like very different, but it's Joel, you know what I mean? It still feels like Joel with Pedro Pascal, and but he brings his own thing to it, you know what I mean? It's almost like a rated R version of The Mandalorian. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? That is a rated R version of Mandalorian. Like Joel, like, I'm sorry, Pedro Pascal, like, I feel like the guy is meant to be like this fucking protective father figure and stuff like that. Like the guy is a damn legend, okay? Like, fuck.
Well, how do you think this is going to contrast with what he does on The Mandalorian? Because The Mandalorian's obviously, you know,
it's similar.
It's very similar. It's not nearly as dark as this, you know what I mean? What's that going to be like, do you think? Especially with the new season coming out.
Oh, that I am heavily anticipating for. It's
like, Joel with the lightsaber! Yeah! Watch, that's going to be a mod in the game.
Oh my god.
So give him the dark saber.
But yeah, man, like, I feel like maybe in the Mandalorian and shit like that, I feel like the way how he's like been doing acting with the way he done with Joel and stuff like that, I feel like he might have implemented some of that in some formal way in the Mandalorian, bringing in like a little bit of seriousness to the character.
And I think that also goes the other way as well.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think his performance of Joel reminds me a lot of him as the Mandalorian, not just because it's the same actor, but you know, the characters are pretty similar, you know, and I'm down with it. I mean, the Mandalorian is obviously a lot softer than Joel.
Of course.
What the hell was that?
Oh, wow. They're back.
It's the infection. It started.
Oh, great. Here they go. fucking deadites.
Oh my god. Hey, you heard that dog bark? I was getting worried when that dog showed up at the at the home at the beginning of the first episode. He's like
deadites.
He's like staring at the infected old woman.
Do you think the world could survive in either of these ones? The Last of Us zombies, or the fucking deadites from fucking the Evil Dead?
I think we would probably have an easier time with the deadites.
I guess.
Why? What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like we would have a harder time with fucking deadites and shit.
Well, I guess they're undead, right? But like, I don't know. This fungus, especially with the way they portray it here, is very like, it's
scary, dude.
Holy shit, you know what I mean?
It's fucking horrifying, bro.
Yeah. And which deadites are we talking here? Are we talking like evil? I mean, I know it's Evil Dead, but like there's a difference between like Army of Darkness and this new Evil Dead. Movie they're doing.
Dead, specifically the Evil Dead Rise, because like the Evil Dead Rise.
So that version.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Evil Dead Rise, in my opinion, like those deadites, they look more fucking terrifying. I'm sorry, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the first Evil Dead, the way how those deadites looked and shit. But like these deadites in this new movie, like, there's something haunting about those about these versions. Okay, like they look fucking insane.
I think I would just look for the Star Wars like portal. It's like I'll go there.
Mommy's with the maggots now.
Dude,
see, that is terrifying shit.
That was pretty intense.
That is scary shit to say to a kid. Okay, I am sorry. Okay, that is scary shit.
Yo, go look through your eye hole over there on the door.
Open up now.
Especially with those southern accents, it doesn't help.
You don't look so good, Mom. Nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
Oh, man, you're scaring me, man. I'm going to have nightmares.
Can you imagine?
I'm going to have nightmares of you doing that shit.
That is terrifying.
We need Ash up in that bitch.
Like, when I saw that shit on the fucking trailer, I was just like, okay, this is fucking scary, dude.
Do you think Ash is going to show up?
He fucking keeps saying the actor. What's his name again?
Bruce Campbell.
He keeps saying that he's not in there, and I call bullshit on that. I think he's playing us. I feel like he is gonna show. I feel like he is gonna show up. Like, why the fuck is he gonna work on this film and not show up? Because he says he's heavily involved in this film.
He's a producer.
Film, yeah. Of course, yeah. But like, I don't know. I call bullshit on that. I feel like he's gonna show up like the final minutes of that movie.
Well, like you remember the Evil Dead film from 2013?
Yeah.
The post-credit scene they had of him just in the darkness and shit. You think it's gonna be like that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I see Ash like in the film. You know what I mean? Like especially with the tone of it, you know, where it's super serious. Whereas beforehand we had Ash versus Evil Dead, which I loved, but it was fucking goofy.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. This movie, it does not look fucking goofy at all.
No.
Like this movie looks fucking like it's like something out of a damn nightmare. Like
Yeah.
it's like someone finally said, like, hey, you know what? Let's do Evil Dead, but let's take the jokes out and put in the most gory, grotesque, basically everything ugly about a zombie, and just throw it in there.
I'm down. Here we're gonna wrap it up because I know it's
we're talking too much about Deadites.
We are, but the Last of Us was great. Evil Dead looks great. These comics were great. Justin, you were great. Thank you so much. I gotta go move my car now.
Okay, go move your car, asshole.
But you're coming with me, dude, because
that's right.
You got me scared with the whole that whole Evil Dead shit. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Have a good one. Stay safe and
eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Goodbye.